Okay, he's back from the store. I love people, Little voice in my head, get through quickly. I can't. There's too many good, beautiful people to talk to. The one lady, the young lady, oh, she was so pretty too. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Yeah. I'm 60. Yeah. If I was 40, I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about her. Uh, that's how pretty she is. Yeah, she's sweet. She understood me real well. Yeah, when I told her that women were more intelligent than men, thank you. And then she was wondering, where's he going with this? And I said, well, of course they are. Women connect to the babies, men kill the babies. And the one who is superior to all men is the one that protects the women from the other men. And that's why Earl's the Messiah, and the other people that say Jesus is their God are not the Messiah. So it's like, we get it. Lots of people get it. I talk to men here that are from here that go, yeah, it's true. He's right. You're right. Let's do this. Yeah. My daughters deserve to live the Lord's Prayer. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. And now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why'd she have to leave? I know why, because you wouldn't live the Lord's Prayer. So I did it for you. Uptown, downtown. He'll run the gun for you, but you need more. I'll tumble for you. Already did it. You're one. Life's eternal grace is infinite. You're not Jesus. I never said I was Jesus. I said me and the Father are one. You crying over that clay? You crying over this clay? Obviously not. You don't care if this clay is tortured hideously by your taxpayer dollars with scientists that suck. I'll tumble for ya. I like Boy George better than I like listening to the Pope talk. And if you don't, that's your opinion. But I would rather listen to the Church of the Poison Mind, which isn't my favorite. I like Tumble for You first. Yeah, I'll tumble for ya. Karma Chameleon is good too. Your every day is like survival. You're my lover, not my rover. Just had Lou Reed's barbecue. Sorry, I burped. He really burps. I really do. But I've never won a burp contest in my life. No, not even with my babies. It's embarrassing. They always win. What can I say? I suck at it. I'm just kidding. I don't have burp contest. It's a joke. I just made it up. But Earl, it was kind of funny, wasn't it? No. What do you know for funny? Get out of here. Okay. But I like Culture Club. My Amy Sue is really into Culture Club. So was my Bob Cummins. He probably doesn't tell people that much, He hangs out with a bunch of Republicans that are cops. You like Culture Club? I do too, Carol. But you're a taxidermist. Yes, that's the only way I survive being a taxidermist is listening to Culture Club when I get done. Yeah. Because those squirrels keep looking at me. And that deer goes, the ghost of Bambi compels you to listen to, do you really want to hurt me? I just got through talking to people in Las Cruces. They're fun. There's a lot of, we were talking about, I was talking to one guy's like, they're so fortunate that people are taught to laugh. The one gentleman, the vendor, that they're taught to laugh. You go, I don't talk about God or politics. Yeah, you do. Because you can't talk without God. And the only way to save your ability to talk truthfully is to talk about God. And when you talk about politics, if you want to live in hell, don't talk about politics because you'll keep living them. But if you want to live in heaven, you've got to sit there and say, you got to evaluate hell and understand heaven, meaning of the word God and meaning of the word love. Because he said the word of love is evolved. No, it hasn't evolved at all. No, it's just most people don't understand the meaning of the word God, so therefore they don't understand the meaning of the word love, and so therefore most people are using both words wrong. I'll run the gun for you and so much more. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. Bum, 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 bum. Anybody else like? I like Boy George. Yeah, he's cool. I like his music. What is it? Oh, the war song. That's a good one. The war was stupid and people stupid. I have those on my MP3. They just didn't play them. I was listening to songs. I wasn't in the mood, You know how you listen, you're very eclectic, but you're in a certain kind of mood, right? and Reminiscing came on, and I was belting it. I was screaming, windows are up, air conditioning's on, everybody else's windows up and air conditioning on. So this old guy is dancing and singing, but unless you're a good lip reader, you have no idea what I'm singing. I'm 60 years old. Friday night, it was late, I was walking you home. We got down to the gate and I was dreaming of the night. Would it turn out right? How to tell you, girl, I want to build my world around you. Tell you that it's true, right? Want to make you understand, I'm talking about a lifetime plan. Hurry, don't be late. Most people have good taste. I really like that song. I really like that song. Yeah. What's wrong? Our car's stuck in reverse. What about booze? We ain't drinking no more. Okay. Where are you going? Off the res. It don't get no more foreign than that. Yeah. Oh boy. Take off my shoes. It's a little hot. Label put Imaginary Band's record on cereal box. Yeah. Paul, comedy. It's about a puppet pretending to be an alien. Guys, evolution is a theory based on not enough information. Well, if you read the Quran, you would realize that Darwin's theory is not based on valid principles of the eternal communications of the Gospels. Well, because the Gospels said this, but it was misinterpreted or omitted altogether, that there was a large rock that hit the planet. And when that large rock hit the planet, Paul turned the dinosaurs into Paul. I'm just kidding around. There was something in the mix that evolved human beings. Okay. And human beings are capable of understanding eternity and having faith in infinite glory, whereas dinosaurs are not. What about Sleestacks? Sleestacks don't even have opposable thumbs. How could they come up with all that great mind-expanding science and technology? Oh. Maybe they had real good mind-expanding drugs to make them think that it was happening, but it wasn't. Hallucinations. There you go. There you go. Peyote Milwaukee. Yeah. The good land with the peyote. Yeah. That's for good times. That never really existed except for in your mind. So they're very real to your imagination. Kind of like a laptop with somebody who's an artiste who can do things to make you think that it exists, but it doesn't. Right. Bum, 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 bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-da-bum-bum. War was stupid and people stupid. Okay, and yeah, it's the Church of the Poison Mind. Okay, sorry, not sorry. Where are you? I'm right here. I'm doing good. Where are you? Yeah, I talked to some people here in town. Some people have military ties and they do not want to talk to me. And the thing about it is, it's not me you do not want to talk to. You don't want to have this conversation because you don't want our souls mingling, because you don't want to hear the lies you tell yourself, because you don't want them to know I'm the way, the truth, and life. Oh, they're lies. Yes, money's not real. People will kill over it. So they're not my family. No. So I'm having sex with somebody that's a murderer. It's okay. We saw it on a Denzel Washington movie. So you can talk about it in front of people. He's the equalizer. He's also a pip. Yeah. Woo woo. Okay. Midnight train to Georgia. Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. Every time I try to find the nerve, every time I try to find the word to say I'm leaving. Leaving, that's a pip, that's Mr. Colt McCall. Okay. Those memories, oh sweet memories, get in my way, my way. That's also the pip. Okay, my way. He might have more pips. Oh, so you're saying other assassins for the government are also pips, which means they're good backup singers, but suck at lead. Okay. Though it's only me. Although I know it's only me that I'm deceiving when it comes to saying goodbye. That's a simple word that I just cannot say, right? There can be no way, there can be no way. Be no way. Thank you, Pips. There can be a happy ending. Happy endings. Oh, no. So we just go on. More Pips. Hurting and pretending. Convincing ourselves to give it just one more try. because neither one of us. I'll say it for y'all. Bye. Let's be all the flight attendant with David Spade. Bye, bye, bye. Just, let's call it a day. Guess it's over, call it a day. I'm sorry it had to end this way. Somewhere we lost the key, so little left for you and me. It's not a sitcom theme. Yeah, it's foolish as it may seem. It's Johnny Mathis and Denise Williams, and it's not a sitcom theme. Really? Yeah. What would we do, baby, without... No, it's Too Much, Too Little, Too Late. Well, that wouldn't be a sitcom theme, Earl. That's way too sad and depressing. Yeah, but you got Niecy and Johnny together, and it's a good song, so Lottie, let's sing it. Come on there. We got more bills to pay. And if we're going to do it, we might as well do it with two good singers singing a song that goes, that sucks, man. We're not living the Lord's Prayer. People are out killing people for money, selling cars and fitting hospitals, giving kids radiation poisoning, calling it healthcare. Too much, too little, too late to ever try again. Let's end it being friends. It's over, it's over. Guess it's over. Yeah. Let's call it a day. Sorry it had to end this way? Yeah, I wish y'all would have stood up for the Lord's Prayer yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it seems as if your parents are Lennon and McCarthy. You know that's not feasible and or tangible. Unless, of course, you're the clone of one or the other. But that doesn't make them parents. No, that makes you a labradoodle. A clone is a labradoodle, yes. So you have a dog and it got cloned. You don't have a dog, you have a labradoodle. You just trap that dog in that body with money because you're playing God with the dog's body. No wonder the dog looks at you like, okay, I'm Stephen Wright's Dog Stay. Earl will vindicate me, and instead of writing a book about my life, he'll tell everybody on his YouTube, and they'll stop cloning his dogs. It's wrong to clone a dog. It's right to love a dog and give the dog your Rudy's Barbecue turkey sandwich. Buy two and give one to Zeke. Right. I was feeling real. I shouldn't have bought two. I did. My eyes are bigger than my stomach. What happened? I talked to that young lady about her doggy and was missing Zeke and just went totally PTSD. Yeah. Let's try not to be a dog slut. But my dog is gone. Yeah. After 2 years, he still grieved. Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles dance. Met a man, Bojangles, and he'll dance for you. Worn out shoes. I don't have that. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, right? I'll have to get me that one. Says I drinks a bit. Dog up and died. After 20 years, he still grieved. Mr. Bojangles. This is about Bill Bojangles Robinson, yeah. It's a very charming tribute to a really charming entertainer, you know, when he got around folks and he could dance and, you know. 30 to 20 years, how his dog and him traveled about. Dog up and died. It's a good-ass tone, man. Then I heard someone ask him, please, Mr. Bojangles, dance. Well, you're doing time, you know. You guys sing beautiful. I hope you get life with me. I'm a kissing cousin to a ripe pineapple. I'm in the can. Good old Elvis. Rock-a-hula, rock-a-hula, hurrah, rock-a-hula, rock, rock-a-hula, baby-hula-hoo. Yeah, anybody? That's a good song. You don't like that song? I don't have it. I didn't put it on my MP3s, but I forgot, you know, because I have songs I like better. I like the Hawaiian wedding songs, which I have. I have Kuku Ipo, which I have. I have Can't Help Falling in Love with You, which I have, you know. So I guess I'm such a romantical. I got other love songs, you know, and crazy, you know. I don't have Moonlight Swim. That's a good one, too. It's my Emily's and one of my Natalie's and my Emily's favorite movies. Yeah, let's go on a moonlight. They got it from Grandma Barbara. Grandma Barbara liked Elvis movies. Lots of people like Elvis movies. Some are better than others. Blue Hawaii is one of my favorites. The one where he plays the half breed that gets, is that Flaming Arrow or whatever? I like that one. And that's not with Burt Lancaster. Who's the other guy opposite him on that one? I can't remember, but it's a big name star who plays opposite him. But I can't remember what the guy's name is. You know, it's where Elvis plays he's the little brother whose sister and him, are happy, and the one brother falls in love with the sister. But their brother and sister, I don't know how it works. It's not an incestuous movie. It's just, it's a good movie. I think it's called Flaming Arrow. I hadn't seen it in a long time. Cut me a break, asshole. I'm trying to remember, but I'm not a fucking computer there, asshole. Thank you. A man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. La 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 la. You know? Boxing is not a good idea. No, it's not, And I was getting that on the way to the store today, The people all doing their theories, They're like Leon Spinks there. You know what Billy Crystal said about Leon Spinks? He said, the dumbest fight I ever thought was Leon Spinks. He was so dumb, they took his license away. He walked into a telephone pole. He was dumb, right? No, it was funny. It's still funny. No, it's very funny. Oh, no, Billy Crystal's funny. One thing I'd like to say on Billy Crystal's behalf. Billy Crystal was the class comedian that was the example for class comedians, for many class comedians throughout the 80s. And he did it in the 70s and worked his way up into the 80s. And for us class comedians, a lot of us class comedians, thank you, Billy, for pointing that out. Well, everybody called us class clowns. Like, no, we're not the class clown. The class clown are the two guys that ran naked through the graduation ceremony in ski mask. The class comedians were Parsons and Cummins, and we talked them into it. Just by talking about Billy Crystal's album with, this is how it goes sell for a sports beat. Right, yeah. So, yeah. See, we're class comedians. Clowns, they're the ones who staple baloney to their face. They're the ones who take a replica of the Statue of Liberty statue and stick it up their nose and give it a couple of whacks with a ball-peen hammer. I hate when I do that. I know what you mean. And they're class clowns? Well, life is a three-wing circus. Anything to keep the people laughing. Hey, I know it's if you talk about it in Italian, it's a very good song, sung best by Luciano Pavarotti. Laugh, it's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song. I don't know the words. Oh, that's a really good tune, though. Oh my gosh, it's sad and beautiful and tragic all at the same time. And Luciano sings, please pass the macaroni and cheese. I need comfort food. I am sad. That is so good. Yeah, he sings it really good. I forget what the name of the song is. It's hard for me to pronounce. It's like the Fuji Luchi Luchi La one. It's one of my favorites too. That's how I sing it. Loompa Loompa. Yeah, it's a Loompa Loompa song to me. Oompa Loompa 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 La Loompa 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 La Loompa 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 La Loompa 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 La Ada Loompa 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 La. I'm a Loompa Loompa. No, you're not. Shut up. You're singing wrong. I know. I don't know the words. I'm not Italian. So you're not an American. No, I am not. I'm a migrant. I'm a migrant. Okay. Are you proud to say? No, I think it would have been nice if my family in other places, rainy skies and gales. We're living the Lord's Prayer. I have more pink skin and less adaptability to the sun, but I had truth. I had to go away. A writer takes his pen to write the words again, that all in love is fair. All the fates of chance. That was written by a blind guy. I was having to work my way around the road construction, and I went down this street called San Ysidro down here. And it has an area, and it says deaf child area. And I was like, I don't think that's applicable anymore. Well, because I came back here in 2011. And in 2011, they had those deaf child area placards up on that road there. So that means, for that to be applicable, I would be thinking that the child's probably about 2 or 3 years old or more, That was 2011. What year is it now? It's 2026. Unless, of course, just to make sure the signs weren't lying, somebody else moved out and somebody else moved in with a deaf child as well. And then they just keep, or it could be a place where deaf children have a place to stay. So it might be applicable because the place where they stay is a institution of the indoctrination and the incarceration of money for deaf children to be playing about there, because that's where they send the deaf children if the families can't afford the incarceration of the institutionalization of the indoctrination there. So it still could be applicable. I just had to look at it in a Brian Cox, Richard Feynman kind of way, with a little bit of Stephen Hawking mixed in, right? Okay, so Earl, you're funny. I always think outside the box, time keeps flowing like a river. And the people in the box always try to put me back in the box. It's like, I don't want to be in the box. Who wants to play with a Charlie in the box or an Earl in the box? Hey, you think he's at Christmas? What are you going to get? I'm going to get an Earl in the box. Well, he's never going to shut up till we live the Lord's Prayer. Well, then it'll be the gift that keeps giving until we do. You open it up. Hey, I'm going to entertain you, and you better live the Lord's Prayer. I'm not going to shut up. You don't put me back. You're putting me back in the box, aren't you? You're going to turn your box off, right? You can come to YouTube. You can go from YouTube. You can say you were watching it, but you weren't watching it because the numbers say you weren't. Wow, it's magic. No, it's not. It's Ozempic. What's the difference? None whatsoever. It's funny. If you have a sense of humor, it's funny. If you don't know what I'm talking about. The song Ozempic comes from a song called It's Magic by a band named Pilot in the 1970s. Oh, 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 it's magic. Never believe it's not so. That's what the original song actually is. It's not Ozempic. Okay. Whereas with Jardians, The Spice of Life and all that, that's actually the real song written by probably Maurice White for Earth, Wind & Fire in the 1980s. Yeah. Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Baby, slice it right. Let this groove get you to move. It's all right, all right, all right. Gonna show you what you can do with my love. Alright, gotta let you know, girl, you're looking good, it's out of sight. Alright, just lose yourself. And groove like a 747. You ever heard it? No? You probably never heard Money Tight either. Money Tight don't feel right. Okay, it was a pretty good album. What's my favorite album of theirs? Probably, is it Gratitude? Is that the one with That's the Way of the World? I'm not quite sure. I've never had any of their albums. Rodney had them. I had Greatest Hits or Best of, so. And then Greatest Hits Volume 2. So I never had any of their albums, so I can't tell you how good their albums were. I can tell you that Rose Royce had good albums. My favorite is Full Bloom, Second Cravers Strikes Again. The Rainbow Connection was good, but I liked Full Bloom still the best. But but Strikes Again, that must be the second album, probably so. And then Rainbow Connection, Sailed over the oceans and I traveled many, many lands. Even flown in the big girl bird in the sky, looking down from heaven's dance. Anybody, is it love you're after or just a good time? Isn't that on that? And that's a good album, though, isn't it? Yeah, it is. First come, first serve. Is that on that album, too? That's a better album than I thought. Or is that on Strikes Again? I'm not sure. And then You Abandoned Me. Is that on Rainbow Connection, too? Love don't live here anymore. When you lived inside of me, there was nothing I could conceive that you wouldn't do for me. Trouble seems so far away. You changed that right away, baby. Anybody else like that album, or is it just me? It's just me and Mary J. Blige. Oh, don't kiss ass, Boudreaux. No, I believe you. Nah, he's sampled a lot of their songs. No, I believe Calvin. Calvin! I believe Boudreaux. Yeah, I believe yeah, that's a good album. This is a damn good album. Yeah, it's a damn good song. Yeah, no, anybody else particularly fond of the Rolls Royce, but especially, I guess they're, like a lot of groups, they, divided because of the money and the arguing over the mic and no shit, and it sucks. But, what can you say? Like with, what's the name of that group? Force MDs, right? They had the other brother that sang semi-lead with TC. And he left before the Love Is a House album because he ain't in it and he ain't on his picture, ain't on the cover, right? Gonna see my picture on the cover. And it's good and the songs are good, but they don't have that same, tears, not another, tears, not another. Yeah, so, and Tender Love, and Here I Go Again. The other guy has a real nice voice and his accompaniment is really choice. And the other guys are really good backup singers, but it's kind of missing that refrain between the two of them. And so it's, you're kind of like, tears, tears, not another, not another. And so it's, and so it was hard. I should get to sing lead on, and it's kind of, if you're not doing it for money and fame, it's whatever sounds best. We sing the song and it sounds better with you doing this. So you do that. I'll do, I'll be Janet Vogel. You can't be Janet Vogel. Oh, yeah, that's right. I suck at that. Okay, so I can't be Janet Vogel. You know what you can do? I know. I called you here today for a bit of bad news. I can't see you anymore because of my obligations and the ties that you have. And, wait. You want to book a flight? Oh, shit. Must be that crazy lady from Charles Schwab again. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Southwest Airlines. So I'm glad I'm not back there again. Yeah. Don't know how not to go back. I do live the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Hurts so bad over where we've been. Don't know how not to go back there again. Live the Lord's Prayer. Apply it in physics. Right? Right. Okay. Do that. Man, you'll be a happier person, and everybody in eternally will be happier. When I meet people, it happens to me all the time on YouTube when I connect to famous people. I like me better when you talk to me on your YouTube than when I talk in front of other people for money. You may say we're dreamers, but we're not the only ones. Other people like you better when you talk to me on YouTube than when you talk on TV for money too. Yeah. Especially your children. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Boy, mom's never been that cool a day in her life. She will, but life's eternal and grace is infinite, and I happen to be the Messiah. So the real you talks to me. Right? So if you ever want to talk to the real you, I'm going to go all Mae West on you, old what was his name again? W.C. Fields. Come up and see me sometime, right? Come up and see me sometime. But if you still want to live in the gutter for money, go get some booze and make your nose red and make it almost glow. Rudolph. Rudolph. That's not a bad name. Not many people are named Rudolph anymore. But it's because of the red nose thing. You think so? I don't know. There's a last name knew her. Wilma Rudolph. Yeah, she was one of my favorite athletes when I was growing up as a kid. Yeah, Wilma Rudolph. Remember Rudolph? She was really fast. She could run really fast. Yes, there's a lot of you don't remember. They don't talk about Wilma Rudolph anymore. Lots of people broke her records. So they don't talk about her no more. She was a really amazing track athlete. Back in the day when you were dumb, you're not dumb anymore. Never wish you were dumb again. Right. Wilma Rudolph. Yeah, she was one of my favorite athletes when I was a kid. I remember watching her. And she was very classy. And she seemed like a sweetheart. I hope she was. Yeah, lots of people, people tell me that you really know the right things to say, especially when you're trying to get your way. Gonna be careful, gotta be smart, gotta watch out for my heart. I want to live the Lord's Prayer from the start to begin. Let's go back to the start to begin and never let it end, right? So the person who's really sweet, hi. No sugar, no, I don't mind sugar, I like sugar. No artificial flavors or preservatives, there you go. But sugar, ain't nothing wrong with sugar. As long as you can work it off and you're not stressed and being poisoned by the people that ask you to pay them to be tortured in a building and have them call it healthcare. Yeah. Yes, sir. Tell Bob you love him, but mean it. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. If you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer, you can talk about loving Bob Boo, but you don't love my Nesta. You don't love my cousin. He's my cousin, not your cousin. You won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with us. What Bob say? What about the one love, one heart, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Whoa. Let them on pass on them dirty remarks. There is one question I really love to ask, and he loves to ask it. Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind to save his own beliefs? Yes, quantum computing, and we caught you on camera. It was you. And we kept following the bouncing ball, and we followed the money, and then it went back to you. Okay, in order to work properly with quantum computing, you have to stand up for the applied physica of the Lord's Prayer because it works. All right? No, we're not going to have a free pancake thing to put the stuff in there from the frogs with the pinky and the brain there on the Tubi there. Tubi. What was I going to watch on Tubi and see what was on Tubi? It was a funny movie that I saw a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away as a child. I can't remember. Maybe remember later. If I have to, I will. Was it Hollywood Shuffle? No, it was Celtic Pride. Okay, I love y'all. All right, peace out. We'll talk later.